opened my eyes. I saw I was all alone in the evidence room, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, my hand was gushing blood from my hand. Sir, all the shock, all the sorrow. How could you... Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Alright, well, let's talk about the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you had to label me as a persecutor or a victim, sir, then label me as a victim. I would, but you happen to be in the detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I laid heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I worked in a tiny department devoid of light or other creatures of comfort. I don't know any detectives. So, he was a total stranger. Why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intentions of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Oh my god. Alright. So let's present. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir! That's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing! I'd better pry into this a little more deep. Yeah. That made a sentence. Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. Again? With that? I didn't know Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room. And that's why... and that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you! So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you were right now. So I whooped, and I leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you, my father's own words, sir! Well, what happened then? Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. Alright, reason for arrest. So, Officer Minkins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Well, let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Minkins didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim whom he met at the crime scene didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no idea, no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if the body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines, huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On the day at that time, Dr. Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No. But the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore this to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on the tape. Ow, his voice hurts. And you waited until now to tell this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Alright, so let's go ahead and move and go to the Criminal Affairs Department. Bop, 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 bop. Hey, Mr. Wright! Look who's standing at the head detective's desk. It's Chief Grant. Are you sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases behind the computer monitors, the coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The head detective looks a little flustered. Right on, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Grant reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? 'Cause he scares the shit out of me. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk to him, I guess. Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, were they? You know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, we've had no ends of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident at Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having one of our top people sitting in the defense seat. Now, you got something else found guilty in that case, right, Rado? Von Karma. A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. Well, what? Okay, let's talk about that. It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened at the exact same time. Those murders at the prosecutor's office. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, Rido. I can't just give away our secrets just like that. And this is particular. Well, it's a little sensitive and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just to keep the head detective traps shut. Ah! He's the one picking one on earlier. Huh? You saw that? Whoops! I wonder what it was the head detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of ask him discreetly. Alright. So let's go to examine. Now this is kind of weird, because this is the first time we're going to talk to someone who isn't basically the person in front. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, you see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Tevin Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's the lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date is February 21st. I'll make a note of that, just in case. I should probably get a quick look around the crime scene. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at this. Check. Well, he was starting to write his ID report, but it's screwed up. Huh. Okay, so now we should be able to talk to Grant. Permission granted. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Rido asked me for help. I was wondering if we could get into the evidence room. Stop staring at me, please. Pretty please. Now, Rido. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate that after all. Rido, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is the detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along now, do your best now. Later, folks. Phew. God, he scares me. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just like a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Okay. So let's go into... We gotta go here first. And then to the security guard office. Alright, examine.